Welcome to the Gilt Sale Preview. Nick Hofschulte here with Jenna Wheeler. We sorted these today and yesterday, and we're going to go through these 40 lots that are in the Gilt sale tonight at 6 o'clock is when that sale starts, I believe. Yeah, 6 o'clock is when it is at cci.live, so if you're not here to bid in person, you can get on there. We're going to start out with the Champion Commercial Gilt, Champion Crossbred Gilt. And that was shown by Alice Hawk of Muncie, Indiana. And one that just really kind of stood out to me, just really hit me hard when she come through the ring, and just has that look of quality. And it's so hard to put this kind of mass and spread into one and still keep her moving that comfortable at this stage of the game.
Yeah, that Gilt was bred by Sam Stewart. She's an icon, and like Nick said, we thought that she won that division pretty easily, and came back out. We thought it was a no-brainer. Flexibility, still being stout and fresh enough at one particular weight. We had a really nice Gilt to win the commercial division.
Icon actually bore there at our house. Kind of surprised to find that out after I named the champion at the backdrop, but she's Icon be that boar that we bought at Heimer's from GNS there a couple years ago, the next son, and he's done a really good job this summer. Reserve Grand Bear at Tulsa, and then had the third overall Bear at Georgia and Reserve Grand at Minnesota, and done a nice job for no more sows than he's seen, but this is one of the elite ones that I've seen out of him. Our champion purebred gilt, and this is a Hampshire gilt exhibited by Cade Godekin. She was the champion Hampshire gilt, and I believe this one was raised by the Beatty firm there in Nebraska.
Yeah, that's right. She's a Viper all day, and it was interesting that the Hampshire breed was the deepest, I thought, or Nick and I thought. And then within that, I thought this Gilt was an outlier and incredibly neat for her breed. Big legs, moves really good, neat looking.
Yeah, I know this probably isn't a place where you think you would find an elite purebred Hampshire Gilt, but I promise you, it will be hard to find one that good. You know, I'd be surprised if we see one that good this summer. She is a true outlier. And if you are in the Hampshire business, you need to be looking in on that one.
She makes me want to own Hampshires.
Yeah. Oh, it just got rained on. Next in is going to be our reserve commercial. And, you know, I kind of talked to her in there. You heard me talk in class and in division. Just an absolute freak. She is an outlier in terms of bone and stoutness and feature. Really one that just really, really far-reaching type of gilt that's going to move you, give you that extreme piece for your firm to take you ahead, and has a head on her like a generator, really big-legged. Who's the breeder on this?
She's bred from CNC Show Pigs and Winners. Yeah, she's a Quite Frankly.
Yeah.
And I don't even think that, like, how big her back, you can't do it justice. She is an absolute mammoth.
The mom is the me against me sow, right?
I believe
is that
so,
right?
Yeah.
So this sow has done a good job for those guys at CNC. Had that Barra that won a lot last year out of Tricked Out, that white one, I believe. Just a really good sow line there for the boys there at CNC. Pure, and this is a Champion Yorkshire Gilt, and I thought that class of Yorks this gilt come out of was really deep. and I thought she won just for her ability to stay sound and have dimension, and she's so square built, and it looks like a Yorkshire female. I believe raised by the Rotaball firm. No stranger there to elite Yorkshires, and this one gets in the mix of them. Just really hard to put this kind of shape and bone and look and just center dimension into a purebred Yorkshire.
Gilt's out of All By Myself and raised by Jack Rotaball sons.
Yeah, the All By Myself boar has done an outstanding job. The core bred boar there at Platts, and this Gilt is really gets in the mix of some of the better Yorkshires you'll find. And I believe both these Chesters, or this Chester raised by the Sloan firm there, and just doing an excellent job making elite Chester hogs. And this Gilt right here, it's just so smooth and sound, and really a dense type of a Gilt there that patterns extremely well, and very, very smooth made for this breed.
She's a WD-40 Boomtown, and we love just her hind leg and flexibility and ability to be so dense, along with being that good in terms of her build. Nice Gilt. Congratulations to that young man.
At WD-40, the boar there at Danner's, no stranger to the Chester game. He's won them all, and this Gilt really adds extension there to his resume.
What a good summer.
Real good summer. Going to be our champion Berkshire Gilt, and this is a Gilt that I was really pleased with. Got lots of shape up high, good chest, good rear leg laid in her with a good look, and I believe she's out of the special effect boar there at Laird that Albright raised, boar that just nominated for Berkshire Man of the Year, and a boar that's done an excellent job throughout the summer at all the junior shows. And again, this Gilt fit right in that caliber of type of Gilt, very high-end Berkshire female here.
She's raised by Small Town Genetics. She goes back to a bulletproof sow, and I feel like anytime you have bulletproof on the bottom side of a Berkshire pedigree, it usually works out well. We really like this Gilt when she came out early on, and
I believe this is our third crossbred Gilt in the lineup, and this is a really cool Gilt, and one there that's just kind of a no holes type of Gilt that's super good in terms of her hind leg usage. Got a big hind leg and big forearm working in her there. I believe she's a litter mate to the Barra that wins Louisville, raised by Wilbur there at Cherokee, Oklahoma, a good friend of mine, and doing an excellent job putting together these crossbreds here of late. Put a lot of emphasis on putting high-end females together, and this is one of those that looks like she'll go on and make a tremendous sow.
her pedigree's OG Trumpet.
Done? All right, you're good, Will.
Next Gilt's in our reserve Hampshire, and we talked about how deep those hamps are, and I think there's 3 of them in this sale, and we did that on purpose. We wanted to get those 3 ham Gilts in this sale because we thought they were that deep and that high caliber. This Gilt to us looks a lot like our champion in terms of her pattern and her balance and just stoutness of leg. One there that's just a super elite for a purebred Hampshire female.
She's raised by the Lewis kids there in Center Point, Iowa. She's an Eaton Crow, no limits. Again, we thought that breed was really neat. Love this one, just density and bone work and her ability to use her hind leg.
Yeah, and AJ and his family, no stranger to the Hampshire game, and put a really good elite Hampshire female here together. Congratulations to them. If you're in the Hampshire business, another one that needs to be looked at extremely hard. Our little Division I champion Gilt. I believe she's 4th overall in the crossbred lineup, and a Gilt there that's obviously still in her early maturing, early stage of maturity, and has a lot of time left. You know, if Gilt that would dang sure work for Expo, a Gilt I believe that come from the Tres Amigos firm. It's just having an excellent summer there, and that guy, those guys heard of what they've done and what they've put together, and putting together as many elite ones as anybody right now probably. And this Gilt really gets in that type of caliber. Just super great looks, super big legs, just an awesome type of a young female here.
Gilt's out of Quite Frankly, and I don't know what the bottom side is, but regardless, if she comes from Trace, I think that's one of the most potent sow herds in the country. This thing looks like a little show pony, a really nice Gilt to win our first division.
Reserve York comes in, and one here that is probably going to be on a lot of guys' lists that raise Yorkshires, and I think that's a Gilt there that has a lot of breeding value, very dimensional in terms of the center, and really tall fronting, got the right proportions and bone, has the extra hair, just an outlier in terms of her look and some of her outlying pieces that she does offer. I believe raised by the same firm that raised the boar there that was high seller at Expo this summer. Guys putting together some elite Yorkshires for sure.
She's a hot take, 47.3, back on a big step sow, and again, we thought the Yorks were very good. Obviously, the last breed of the day. Love her just density of body, hair, feature, nice skill.
Gilt's in here is going to be our middle division champion, and a Gilt that comes exhibited by Wyatt Collard. Gilt there that really hit us hard coming out in that particular class and in that division. Very, very proportional, very immature about her look and her head, and has the extra bone to go with it. Good hipped in terms of length, and has plenty of muscle and power. Really a Gilt here that could put together some elite looking show bearers to sell next summer.
Gilt's bred by Heimer Hampshires, and she's a Move the Needle.
Is going to be our 3rd overall York, and a Gilt here that we thought just had an awesome rear leg laid into her, and the way she drives off of it, really flexible and easy going. Got good body to her there, and I believe another one from the Rotobaugh firm. Just elite underline there, elite look to her. Looks like one that's going to be a great mama.
She's a UFC TikTok, and we talked about how good those Yorks were, and we love her pieces, her head carriage, and a nice Gilt for that young lady.
Duroc, and just a beast of a hog here. Really a tremendous head and neck in this Gilt, and a barrel rib. One there that's just super, super stout. Not sure what she's out of. Jenna's going to give you her pedigree, but a Duroc Gilt there that can move you in a direction real fast.
She's an Up the Limits, Bury My Bones, bred by Jack Rotobaugh and Sons. I think they might get premier breeder.
Another purebred Gilt from Rotobaugh, and a Gilt there that just has a look of a generator to her to me. And one that really hit me hard in class, and a young man just has her ready to tee. That one's got a big wide back. Get over the top of her, and she is so broad and dense through the middle part of her body there. Very, very proportionate, very good in her lines. One there that just looks like a female. Got a good underline laid into her. Looks like she could make some bears for sure.
Yeah, this is Graydon Bowers, and his gilt's from Trace out of Tricked Out.
Daughter, that's worth something for sure. Reserve Duroc, and a gilt we thought just had an excellent look from the side, and really love this gilt's neck extension and the way it ties out of the top of her blade. One there that's got real muscle and just has that extra look that it takes to set you apart.
Yeah, this is Jaden Yoakum. Her gilt's had a statement day on a hibachi sow, and Small Town Genetics was the revival gilt.
The statement days have been really good, and he had a heck of a summer, and this one fits right in the mix. Next in is going to be our Reserve D1 Cross. It's a gilt here that just looks like she's on her way up. Got an excellent pattern about her. Got a good set of feet and legs. One there that's just got a really bright future. The guy's looking for one to tie into and take to Expo. I think that one could be really good going on down the road, and just got a really elite look from her and side view presence.
She's from Swallow out of Quite Frankly. Obviously, Gabe doesn't need any introduction to what he can do in the crossbred gilt game.
Next in is our Reserve Burke, and one we thought needed to be in the sale, and one that just puts together some good pieces in terms of her pattern. Got some shape to her rib there and some width to her chest, and I'm not really sure what her pedigree is. Jen will share that with you.
Yeah, she's a Mama Tried deep end, bred by Caleb Christensen out of Colorado. Exhibitor on this gilt is Jake King, also from Colorado.
Lot 23.
Next gilt in is one that we were high on. Really big, shapely back laid in this gilt, and a gilt that's got a big hind leg and a big forearm, a good look from the side. That's another one that's still got some show time left in her. I want to take her home and break her down and kind of hold on her and let her be a pig for a while. I think that one could be awfully good on down the road. But one too that looks like she'd make a tremendous sow, just in terms of adding look and shape and bone into show pigs.
Yeah, she's bred by Typins out of Hero 253-4, and we love this gilt in terms of just her density, her extra shape, feature, and extension, along with being a stout made kind of female.
This gilt right here just gives you such a great look coming at you right through the gate. Got a really stout head and stout, big-chested one that's good centered. Got a good square hip laid into her. Just a gilt that looks like she's going to make a great sow. Looks like she's going to make a tough female that can be have some longevity to her. And I believe one that's raised by the JD firm there in Oklahoma, had as good a run as anybody the last couple years with these crossbred females. Just does an excellent job putting together really good show pigs.
Yeah, the exhibitor is a Mr. Wade Ritchie. He does a great job getting them shown, and the gilt's out of the slap sport.
Next in is going to be this third out hamp, and one that's just super big backed and super good looking, and yeah, really, if you can get this gilt on the concrete and study her toe spread's really good. She's got big feet laid into her. Gilt there, I think, that comes from the Heimer Hampshire firm, I believe.
Correct.
And
yep.
No stranger to the Hampshire business, probably been as influential on that breed as anybody in the past 5 to 10 years. And a gilt that looks like a Heimer Hampshire type of gilt. Just a really high quality look from the side with extra density and muscle and bone.
Pedigree reads Ice back in the top gun sow, and not to be redundant about him, but we talked about how good the Hampshires were, and we truly do think that that thing has incredibly neat pieces if you're looking to buy one to make a neat sow.
Really nice gilt coming in next. I don't really know what number we're on here.
I think 20.
Is it number 20?
That's what I got.
Okay. This will be 21. Jake King from Colorado. This will be our 10th cross out of D2. And I really like this gilt class. And this is a gilt here that's got a big set of legs, got some genuine shape to her, really got some extra hair and added extension up front there. A gilt there that I think looks like could make a good sow, and really has the added generative pieces in terms of bone and just power of skeleton.
She's bred by Alley Genetics, and she's out of Endgame, which I don't know if there's
The
one.
direct in game there, those things make great females, and the never before son that just keeps on pumping them out. That one there is probably be a good one to have high on your list. Next in is our champion spot, and a gilt that I really liked when we seen her there yesterday in that breed, and thought she won that breed fairly easy. A gilt there that's just got a great chest and a great center to her. Just a really good gilt in terms of being a spot that opens her rear toe and has some flexibility to her lower rear joints and a smooth build from the profile.
She's a Remain Silent, loudmouth, bred by All Star Show Pigs out of Texas.
This gilt here is going to be the 11th cross coming out of D1, and this is a gilt here that, you know, if she can hold her composure better out in the ring, she's higher up in the sale. This is a really nice gilt that I think has a great opportunity to make some good show pigs. She's got the bone we're looking for and the spread that we're looking for. One there that just kind of gets a little cantankerous on the young man, but one that's built really good from top to bottom. Got a great center in her and a good hind leg.
This is, again, Mr. Braden Bowers from Wisconsin. Gil was raised by Tibbetts. She's out of the Buckle Up War there at Laird's.
Buckle Up having a great run so far in his first season, and I've seen a lot of those things that have been good, and this one fits right in the mix. It's a gilt here, the next cross in. I believe this is going to be 12th cross out of D2. This gilt wins her class, and I think just does so by her ability to stay square from the top of her skeleton all the way to the ground. A gilt there that's got a really dense body cavity and a great, great feminine look to her there. What is she out of, Jenna?
She's a rumor has it Teen Spirit, bred by the Kilmer firm.
Some rumor has it bore there that sired the Grand at Indiana State Fair a couple years ago for Kilmer. I've had some of those rumor has it litters make great sows. Rumor has it come from Newcastle, and those guys are definitely known for females to generate. One of them here that needs to be high on your list for a gilt that you could take home and raise some good show pigs with. Next in, we got your champion Poland, and really an outlier in the Poland breed. We thought she won that breed really easily, and I think Poland gilt that's raised by the Laird firm, I believe. Grandma would be the 60,000 high-selling gilt there at OIE a couple years ago that was raised by Richie. And Poland gilt there that's got a great look and balance and build to her. Got some stoutness of bone.
Her pedigree is Inner Circle, All Due Respect. Obviously, All Due Respect doesn't need any introduction in the Poland. DLE dominated for a long time.
We have another gilt from Wade Ritchie, the 13th cross gilt. She'd be out of D3, and this gilt's just super flawless from the side. Really takes elevation to another level in terms of height to shoulder. Got a great feminine look to her, really square coming and going. Just a no-holes type of gilt a guy could use on a bunch of different boars out there. I think this is the kind of gilt really that fits good on the type of boars that are out there to utilize these days.
Again, another one from Mr. Grant Wilbur, and she's out of OG.
OG, the boar there at Weathers, just come off the sire of the Grand there at Colorado and the Grand at Louisville. Next in is going to be our champion Tamworth, and one there that we thought won that breed very handily. The Tams and the Herfs showed together. This is just a really stout gilt that's ready to, one that's ready to go home and become a sow. She's at that age and size, so you could breed her really quick. One that's got a good look and got bone for this particular breed.
She's a Zipline, a Zohan, bred by R&C Show Pigs out of Greenfield, Indiana. I believe R&C just had the champion Tamworth Guild at Louisville as well.
Our champion land race, and a gilt that's just super fresh and got a good look about her there. Really good and fresh in her body cavity. Good type of a built gilt that's really nice type of land race gilt.
She's a high heat, timing's right, and she's bred actually home raised by this young lady, so congratulations to her, Karis Dodson.
It's high heat, be the core bore there. Isn't that right? That's where is high heat from?
I'm not sure if I know that answer.
Okay. Next in, we have your 14th crossbred out of D3. This would be lot number 29. Really just a fault-free type of gilt that's got a good functional hind leg in her. Good coming and going. Just a no-holes type of gilt that really looks like she'll make an outstanding sow and could be used on a lot of different boars.
This is Mr. Charlie Lemus. Breeder of this gilt is Austin Lester. She's a Hear Me Now.
She's a what?
Hear Me Now.
Hear Me Now. Raised by Austin Lester there from Arkansas.
Correct, yep.
Lot 30 is going to be Mesa McDaniel here from Texas, and this is the 15th out cross, and really like the head and neck on this gilt. Really a dense bodied type of gilt there that's got a good front end and a really good forearm laid in her. Good bold chest. Looked like she could make some show bears.
This is Miss Mesa McDaniel. This gilt is bred by Heimer, another Move the Needle from the Heimer firm.
Next in is going to be Kyle Odell, the 16th cross. This is lot number 31. This is a gilt here that's got a real big hind leg, got a good back laid into her there, got some width and dimension. Really like the front end of this gilt.
Breeder of this gilt is Goss Livestock, and she's an in-game daughter.
In-game. Direct in-game, raced by Goss Livestock. I don't know if you tuned into their bred sale the other day, but this one should be very sought after. Lot number 32 is 17th cross, and gilt here I think just looks like a production female to me. Looks like one that can go home and lay down and do what she's supposed to. Really like the head on this gilt and the way that she puts herself together from the side. I'll be anxious to see what she's out of.
She is a Quite Frankly Goosebumps bred by Gen 1 Show Pigs.
She's a Quite Frankly Goosebumps bred by Gen 1. Next in is going to be this red belted gilt, a gilt that won her class, and right here, just a really big backed female that's really stout coming and going. Got some bone, got some look to her. Really a massive type of gilt that's got some size on her, ready to go home and breed.
This is Mr. Alex Mendoza. The gilt is bred by Kilmer Swine Farms out of Next Gen.
Next in we have the blue gilt, and I believe this is going to be Jenna Freitas, if I say that right. That's lot number 34. This blue gilt I thought needed to get in the sale. Just one that's so youthful for her size. Really got a good body cavity, a good look from the side. Looks like the female making kind.
Breeder on this Gilt is JD Show Pigs. She's out of Change the Game.
Change the Game, the blue boar there that JD raised that was champion at Expo a couple years ago. Doing an excellent job making these blue and white ones. And seen a lot of those on the winter circuit this year in Oklahoma that have been doing a great job. Next in we have lot number 35. That is going to be Carmen Mulaney. That's her 20th cross, and it's a gilt here that's very, very extreme. One that's got super big legs and got the right kind of center laid in her. Really has some far-reaching pieces a guy could grab a hold of and breed on.
Breeder of this Gilt is a KP Livestock, and she's a roll call.
By KP Livestock, sired by roll call. Next in is Cambria Cane. This is lot number 36, and it's just a real feminine, good built type of gilt. Just no holes. A really versatile type of female. I think that'll go home and raise pigs.
Bred by Corb Farms out of It's On You.
Next in is lot number 37. This is going to be Brecken Sleg. This young man's from Oklahoma. And this gilt here is a really flashy gilt. It's got a great pattern and look to her, and she caught her eye right out of the gate. And he's got her looking right, got a big back laid into her there. Really got some neat pieces and a good built gilt here.
Breeder of this Gilt is Ham Livestock, and she's a back slap.
Yeah, that's a black back slap gilt raised by Dustin Ham. Next gilt's Macy Timothy. That's lot number 38. This is a gilt here that's just got a great look, a great shape behind her blade. Really has the kind of look that it takes to sell show pigs high, and one that I think has some future left in her in terms of a show career.
Breeder of this Gilt is Childers Show Pigs, and she's a Cash Money.
Cash Money would be the tricked out boar there at Underdog Genetics. Jaden Yoakum is going to be in next, and this is our lot number 39. And I thought this gilt needed getting the sale just for proportioning from the sides. Really good. Got some bone, got some body. Really a gilt there that's got some unique pieces in terms of her look and her height and her length.
She's from Typin Show Pigs out of Oregon, out of My Homie, which is a tricked out end game.
Our last gilt in the sale, and white colored again from Missouri, and this gilt wins her class, and a gilt that stays square from top to bottom, got good shape into her there, good pin set, really a gilt that's the right length of body, and it just looks like one that can make some good show bearers.
She's from Heimer, Hampshire's out of Absolute.
Absolute, I know Jesse's real high on that thing, and I speak highly of that boar, the Boba boar that they bought at PT last year. Doing an excellent job there. So direct Absolute daughter. Yeah. Again, thanks for tuning in to the Gilt preview. The Gilt sale starts at 6 o'clock, cci.live. There'll be 40 lots in the Gilt sale. Be sure to tune in. Really high quality set of gilts they're going to offer you today.